Guidance counselors were first introduced to schools around the 1920s, reaching most schools by the 1930s. At first, their role was to strictly offer academic guidance. However, during the 1950s, with the growth towards humanistic and person centered psychology, this helped change the focus of a guidance counselor's role. During the 1970s, this focus grew wider towards helping students develop personally, socially, and academically. This all quickly changed during the 90s once there was the nationwide shift towards a standards-based education. Many school districts started cutting back on the services that guidance counselors offered and went back towards that strictly academic guidance only. The prevalence of children ages 3 to 17 being diagnosed with mental or emotional issues such as depression, anxiety, or behavioral problems is slowly increasing with each passing year. However, it seems that the number of children being diagnosed does not match up with the number of children receiving help for said diagnosis. According to a 2019 to 2020 national survey of children's health, out of 4,632 children ages 3 to 17 with a mental or behavioral condition, approximately 47.7% did not receive treatment or counseling. A guidance counselor's job is one that comes with a laundry list of duties. They are there to help with student planning, to help make sure these students are career and college ready. They're there to help interpret test scores and sit in on IEP meetings and even help set goals in these IEP meetings. What should be considered the most important part is that they are there for these students to help them with any issues they might be facing at home or school or just any socio-emotional type issues that they might be facing. Here is an interview with a parent whose child was in school in the 90s and was able to utilize the services offered by the guidance counselor at that time. What years was your daughter in elementary school?
1994 through 2000.
So, did your daughter utilize the school's counseling services offered?
Yes.
Did the services help your daughter socially, emotionally, and academically?
One of the benefits about having the counseling in-house, the counselors knew my daughter, what she needed. So with the counseling there and the wonderful counselors, they were able to help her adjust to any social issues that were happening and help her with her academics and with her emotionally and mentally.
What were the major benefits of utilizing the services offered through the school instead of seeking outside therapy?
One of the major benefits is that it could be handled while she was in school. The counselors there knew my children and knew our family life, and it was a lot easier to administer anything else that they needed.
With every passing year, the number of elementary age students receiving a mental illness diagnosis increases. At the same time, society has become more accepting of these mental illnesses than they were, say, 20 years ago. Yet it seems that most school districts have moved backwards instead of moving forward with the rest of society. Horry County Schools claim that their guidance and counseling services are available to every student of every grade or age. Yet it seems that certain schools are only offering the guidance portion and no counseling services at all. What elementary school did your daughter attend?
Riverside Elementary.
Attempt to utilize the guidance counselor while there?
Yes, she made attempts, but
Yet she never got to have any one-on-one sessions for the help she actually needed, did she?
well, that is what my daughter needed. But no, she never got any help there. She was informed pretty much that the counselor was there mainly to help in an academic manner, and that any social issues was they couldn't help her with. So she was having issues with some classmates. And basically, they said all they could do is move her to another class. That was all.
Do you believe that it would have benefited your daughter to be able to have that resource at that time?
I believe it would have. We're not low income, but we're not high rollers. I mean, it's hard to afford a therapist on the side, a self-paid therapist. So.
Now that your daughter is at North Myrtle Beach Middle School, is she able to utilize the guidance counselor in a socio-emotional manner?
Yes.
Is there a difference in the services that the guidance counselor is providing to her?
Yes, a major difference. Basically, at this point, she sees her every other day, and if any other type issues come up, all she has to do is put a note in the counselor's mailbox, and she'd be seen later that day.
Since she has started seeing the guidance counselor in this manner, have you noticed a difference in her grades or academic motivation?
Right now, there's not much of a difference for the grades, but there's been a good shift in her motivation. She doesn't give up as easily anymore facing tough assignments. She has more confidence in herself, so you can definitely see a drive to make friends and to tackle tough assignments.
Having a guidance counselor that meets the socio-emotional needs of elementary age students could not only benefit them socially and emotionally, but it could also help their overall academic achievement and motivation to excel. A lot of times, once these students reach a grade where counseling begins addressing socio emotional needs, they are too far gone to truly make the difference that is needed.